Good. Good what? Good evening, world. It's 5:46 p.m. Obviously, this is going to be another very interesting Hollywood. Ivan's commenting Hollywood news show. Hope you guys enjoyed my video yesterday. So I'm going to cover more topics today. I'll do two topics a day, 2 topics per video for the Hollywood news. So that way I make a good 50, 55 1 hour video. Obviously, so I found a topic to talk about. This is about James Gunn. How apparently there's a lot of fans online. John Campion talked about this on his channel yesterday. A lot of DC comic fans demand James Gunn's firing after Henry Cavill exits. So a lot of fans, what? A lot of fans, what? A lot of fans, what? They're very upset, obviously. They're very upset, obviously, with what? With DC parting ways with Henry Cavill, because a lot of fans love Henry Cavill, Superman, and hence why some fans are petitioning for James Gunn to be fired. He's not going to get fired. James Gunn is the boss of DC, obviously, but a lot of fans want him fired because he pretty much fired Henry Cavill, right? Henry Cavill is no longer Superman, and a lot of fans are very upset with that, obviously. What he's saying is the what. The what? The state of your franchise and your company is more important than one actor, right? So if I heard DC James Gunn and Peter Safran might reboot the franchise. So if they want to reboot the franchise, obviously, then even if it means letting Henry Cavill go, it's the right choice to make, obviously. But I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I remember when I watched Man of Steel on theaters, I really enjoyed the movie. I liked the movie a lot when I saw him at Man of Steel on theaters. I liked it a lot. Henry Cavill is my favorite Superman. Out of all the Supermans in movie history, Henry Cavill is my favorite Superman, obviously. But Henry Cavill even said, what in his statement? Obviously, he said his relationship with DC is very what is a healthy relationship. Everything was professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like James Gunn and Peter Safran like yelled at him. You know what I'm saying? You can't work for us anymore. Get out. You know I'm saying, no, they were very professional and polite about it, obviously. Yeah. And the one thing which brings me to my point. In this article, the title is DC comic fans demand James Gunn's firing after Henry Cavill exit. Never trust anyone in Hollywood. Remember what I said? See, I'm always right, man. I'm saying. Now, I'm wrong a lot of times, so I'm writing a lot of things. I'm saying. Remember when I said in my Hollywood video that you can't trust anyone in Hollywood? Yeah, man. Hollywood's a business where you can't trust anyone. See what I'm saying? So just a couple weeks ago, Henry Cavill was supposed to do Man of Steel, and later on they fired him from what? From a DC brand, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's his name? Gal Gadot will most likely get fired too because they're not doing Wonder Woman 3 anymore, and she might get fired. And they also fired what's her name? Patty Jenkins. Obviously, so both Henry Cavill, Patty Jenkins, pretty much are out. Obviously, it was very according to James Gunn. They're very professional, which is good, obviously. But like they're no longer going to be a part of the DC universe. I'm saying, Gal Gadot's probably on her way out too, is because they're not making Wonder Woman 3 anymore. So she's probably going to get she's probably on her way out. See what I'm saying? So this comes from Fox News. Fox News is a trusted source, obviously. Is a trusted it's a trusted site, obviously. It doesn't mean food. Yeah. So Ivan, you're saying, yeah, Hollywood is a brutal business, man. You can't trust anyone. One second they can hire you, the next second they can let you go. As I don't know, a couple weeks ago we got the news that Henry Cavill might be in Man of Steel too, and then now he's out of DC. So I'm sorry, within like 3 weeks later, now he's out of DC. Yeah, you can't trust anyone in Hollywood. Hollywood, everyone's for themselves. You can't trust anyone. You can get. I'm not saying Henry Cavill got screwed over. I'm not saying that, but like some fans feel like he got screwed over, obviously. Because one second he's back from Man of Steel, he might do Man of Steel 2, it might make a Black Adam or Superman movie, and the next second he's out. So some fans feel like Henry Cavill, they did Henry Cavill dirty. I don't think they did Henry Cavill dirty. It was very professional, obviously, but some fans obviously feel that Henry Cavill was done dirty, obviously. Like, this guy was Superman for the last what, like 9 years, and you're just gonna fire him like that and start your own franchise. Yeah, all the fans who love Henry Cavill, they took it very personally, and now they want to fire James Gunn, which I think is very unprofessional, to be honest. Like you want James Gunn fired just because he fired a fan of yours, an actor who's a fan of yours. Like it's business. It's business in Hollywood, right? Yeah. So I'll read this article, and I'll comment on it, and I'll read another article. I might perhaps read another Avatar article. Avatar has the best topics right now in Hollywood right now. I searched through the news. There's not much what. There's not much very interesting. This is a recent article that was published like what, like 4 hours ago or whatever it is. Yeah. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go upstairs and make a coffee for myself. Don't hate me. Sit over if you don't know wait. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. I wanted to make a coffee. I went upstairs to get a coffee, obviously. So this video will probably be another, like, I don't know, 15-minute video. This is a pretty long article. It's a pretty long article I'm reading here. Yeah, apparently fans are not happy with the firing of Henry Cavill. Obviously, they fired him from the role. Obviously, they even quote. Yeah. But Ivan, do you think Henry Cavill was done dirty? No, I don't think he was done dirty. At the end of the day, it's business in Hollywood, man. James Gunn wants to do what's best for the DC universe, and they're moving forward in a new era for the DC brand, and Henry Cavill is no longer good for that universe, obviously. It's business, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I do feel a bit bad for Henry Cavill, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's business in Hollywood, right? It's business in Hollywood. So let me read this article. I've been babbling on for 11 minutes. So it's from Fox News. Fox News has trusted source, obviously. DC comic fans demand James Gunn's firing after Henry Cavill exit. Never trust anyone in Hollywood. Yeah, I agree with that. You cannot trust anyone in Hollywood. Hollywood, everyone's for themselves. You can get. I told you, actors and directors and producers get screwed over all the time in Hollywood. I'm not saying Henry Cavill got screwed over, but it looks like It looks like he got screwed over because a couple weeks ago we get the news that he might be doing Man of Steel 2, and now you get the news that James Gunn fired him. Right? James Gunn and Peter Fan fired him for the role of Superman. So I'm saying, they fired Patty Jenkins. Patty Jenkins didn't walk away, but they fired her, obviously. Okay, Patty Jenkins, I don't think this is the best path to take. We don't want you doing Wonder Woman 3, and they let her go, obviously. And Gal Gadot's on her way out too, as they're no longer doing Wonder Woman 3. Don't hate me, Gal Gadot, understand? Yeah, so DC comic fans demand James Gunn's firing after Henry Cavill exit. Never trust anyone in Hollywood. Henry Cavill first starred as Superman in 2013's Man of Steel. He also starred in Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. And he starred in Justice League. And he had a cameo appearance in Black Adam. Obviously. And don't forget, Black Adam 2 most likely won't happen either. So there's a good chance Dwayne Johnson's no longer a part of the DC universe because Black Adam flopped. And they're starting afresh with the new DC era, obviously, hence why what? For the DCU, hence why what? Chances are Black Adam will not be a Black Adam 2, because Black Adam, the first one, did not make any money. It flopped, obviously, some saying. Yeah. So we can read this. Director James Gunn appears to be bearing the brunt of the blame from DC comic fans, seething over the departure of Superman star Henry Cavill. So is he the one to blame for Henry Cavill's departure? I mean, yes, in the sense that he's the one who made the decision, obviously, to let Henry Cavill go. But at the same time, him and Peter Fan want to do what's best for the franchise. Obviously, they want to reboot the franchise, and Henry Cavill is what they have to let Henry Cavill go, obviously, because he doesn't fit well in that new DCU universe. That new DCU universe they're gonna make, obviously, they're gonna reboot, obviously. So, Sarah. I don't blame the fans for blaming him, obviously, but some people need to grow up, man. Like, it's business, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? James Gunn and Peter Safran are doing the very best they can to what? To relaunch this DCU franchise, obviously. And if letting Henry Cavill go was the right choice, and they made the right choice, obviously. But I understand all you fans who love Henry Cavill, you feel like they did him dirty, obviously. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Henry Cavill, what? Makes an announcement that he might be back as Man of Steel, and all of a sudden he's let go. Some of the fans feel like they did him dirty like that. Obviously. Yeah, and that's how you know you can't trust anyone in Hollywood. Hollywood, it's all business, obviously. Right? There's a saying that Rob Mayer says, it's not show friends, it's show business. Yes, it's not show friends, it's show business, man. It's business, man. It's how it works in Hollywood. That's why I don't want to work in Hollywood, because Hollywood, like, you can't trust anyone, man. Cavill announced last week that he would not return as Blue Cape superhero in the Warner Bros. Discovery DC Comics base. I hope you don't hear that noise this time. I put it on the right side. But the fans are on both sides. But hopefully you don't hear that noise when I make. I hope you don't hear that noise. I was really annoying yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Cavill announced last week that he would not return as the Blue Cape superhero in Warner Bros. Discovery DC Comics based universe, saying he respects what respects. They have respects here in quotations, obviously. So this guy obviously thinks Henry Cavill, like, I don't know, Henry Cavill hates James Gunn because he let him go for Superman. But Henry Cavill clearly said that he respects James Gunn, obviously, and that the relationship was the discussion was very professional. What Gunn and producer Peter Safran are trying to build. Gunn has said in a statement that the next Superman movie will focus on the hero's earlier years. So going back to my point, Henry Cavill is now pushing 40, obviously, and DC and Peter Safran obviously are planning to rebuild the DCU franchise universe, obviously, and they want to go with a younger Superman. And Henry Cavill does not fit he does not fit the bill, and that's why they had to let him go. Henry Cavill is now pushing 40. They want to hire a Superman who's younger, who looks like he's like 28, 30, 31 years old, whatever it is. That's why they had to let Henry Cavill go. He didn't fit in their what? He didn't fit in their plan. That's why they had to let Henry Cavill go, obviously. Now, I don't know how Henry Cavill personally feels about Peter Safran and James Gunn. Maybe he doesn't like them. I don't know. My point is, even if he doesn't like them, the discussion was, all I know is that the discussion was professional. It was professional. As long as the discussion was professional, obviously. But I don't, if Henry Cavill doesn't like James Gunn, I don't think he does. I think he likes James Gunn. I heard some great things about James Gunn. I can understand his point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you played the role for 9 years, and now you're let go, obviously. I can understand Henry Cavill being a bit ticked off, obviously. Like, what the fuck, man? I'm Superman. You're going to fire me from the role and replace you with another guy. Yeah, it sucks, obviously. But that's life, man. That's business in Hollywood, man. That's how it works. That's business. Just like if I do The Matrix 4, Keanu Reeves no longer be a star movie, he'll be pissed off. But at the end of the day, it's business. It's what my career is, none of his business. That's how the entertainment business works, man. The entertainment business, everyone's for themselves. I'm doing what's best for my company, my Scotchers company. Whether that means one actor can be in it, the other actor will not be in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, at the end of the day, it's my career. It's not my career is none of their business, obviously. You know I'm saying. So Peter Safran and James Gunn obviously want to do a Superman movie with a younger Superman. A Superman who looks like maybe he's 28 years old, 27 years old, 30 years old, 31 years old. Whereas Henry Cavill cannot play a 28-year-old Superman because he's pushing 40. Henry Cavill can pass as like a 30, like 4-year-old Superman maybe, but not like a 28-year-old Superman because he's not getting any. When he did Man of Steel, he was young. He was only like 29 years old back then, 29, 30 back then. But now Henry Cavill is like 39, 38. He's pushing 40. He's not younger anymore. You see what I'm saying? Hence why James Gunn and Peter Safran decide to go with a younger Superman and let Henry Cavill go. Sorry, Henry. You know what I'm saying? We love you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we don't think you fit the bill for what? For our new DCU universe that we're going to rebuild and create. You know what I'm saying? Henry Cavill's probably a bit ticked off, obviously, because he played that role. You know what I'm saying? He immersed himself in the role. He played that character. He was beloved by fans. But at the end of the day, it's business. In Hollywood, if they gotta let you go, they gotta let you go. You know what I'm saying? It's sad news, everyone. Henry Cavill wrote, I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return in October prior to the hire. Yeah. So I can see where the fans are coming from, where some fans think they did him dirty, obviously. Because one second, the what? 1 second, obviously. I'm not saying, look, man. I'm not saying James Gunn and Peter Safran did Henry Cavill dirty. No, I'm not saying that. But the fans see, some of the fans see it like that. They did Henry Cavill dirty, because 1 second Henry Cavill is announced. He makes an announcement he might be back as Superman. He's all happy, and a couple weeks later he gets the news that he's no longer Superman. I was like, what the fuck? Like, well, you just told me I'm gonna come back as Superman, and now you're firing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see where the fans are coming from, obviously. It's sad news, everyone. Cavill wrote, I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return in October. Prior to the hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. See, so Henry Cavill's obviously a bit sad by this. He's probably a bit ticked off. But at the end of the day, James Gunn and Peter Safran were very professional with him. It's business. You know what I'm saying? They let him go. Henry Cavill now signed a deal with Amazon for his Warhammer 40K series. So Henry Cavill will have a successful career either way. You see what I'm saying? So what? And everyone part of their own ways, obviously. After being told by the studio to announce my return in October prior to the hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The change of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. Yeah. So James Gunn and Peter Safran are going to rebuild a new DCU universe. They're going to reboot the universe, obviously. And by doing that, if that means Henry Cavill has to go, they let Henry Cavill go, obviously. Because they want to go with a younger Superman, as explained earlier in this headline, Simsair. They want to go with a younger Superman. Give me a sec, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and get my coffee. Oh, Ivan, it's interesting. Yeah, you just give me a sec. I got to go get my coffee. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? All right, sorry for the long wait. Yeah, I know you guys are enjoying this Hollywood news series. You better enjoy it while you still can, man. Because once I am king, I am peace and out VJ, and you're left behind, you're not saved. I know you love this Hollywood news, Ivan. I love it. Yeah, you better enjoy it while you still can. Because I'm peace and out VJ after this. I'm gonna be a movie star, the biggest movie star in the world. Don't hate me, and you guys are all left behind. Yeah, obviously, 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 yeah. So according to what Henry Cavill said, David Zaslav wanted Henry Cavill back as Superman, but this was before they hired James Gunn and Peter Safran. And right when they hired James Gunn and Peter Safran and James Gunn had other intentions, obviously, for the DC brand. They wanted to reboot the franchise, and in doing so, they had to let Henry Cavill go. Hence why some fans feel like Henry Cavill was done dirty, obviously. Yeah, Henry Cavill, we want you back as Superman. We might do a Man of Steel 2, and all of a sudden James Gunn, they hired James Gunn, Peter Safran. They want to rebuild the new universe of 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 what? Of DC, obviously, and they let and Henry Cavill does not fit the bill for that new DC universe. Yeah, we want to go with the younger Superman. We don't want Henry Cavill anymore, and then they fire him. Obviously, some fans, I can understand some fans feeling like Henry Cavill was done dirty. I'm not saying James Cameron and Safran did him dirty, no, but it looks a bit like they did him. It looks like they did him dirty to some of the fans, obviously. And that's why some fans want James Gunn fired. But I think that's very, very childish for you to demand James Gunn's firing just because he fired what? I, I don't want James Gunn as a new DC, I'm saying the head of DC Universe because they fired Henry Cavill. I'm like, come on, guys, grow up. It's business, man. James Gunn and Peter Safran are doing what's best for their are trying to do what's best for their brand, for their DC brand. They're the boss of DC. They want to reboot, they want to rebuild, they want to go with the younger Superman. They let Henry Cavill go. It's business. Yes, I understand you love Henry Cavill and it sucks that he has to go, but I mean it's business, it's life, man. It's his life, Sarah. Oh, so I'll read this again. So it's sad news, everyone, Cavill wrote. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to... So they're quoting what his statement that he wrote, obviously. After being told by the studio to announce my return in October, prior to the hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. So Henry Cavill's obviously upset about this, obviously. And he even said in this thing, he said, I will, after all, not be returning as Superman after being told by the studio to announce my return in October. So according to Henry Cavill, the studio told Henry Cavill to announce his return back in October. And then once they hired James Gunn and Peter Safran, Henry Cavill was given the can, obviously, and they let him go, obviously. That sucks, I'm saying. That's why some fans think they did him dirty, obviously. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. So, judging by the statement, Henry Cavill obviously... He was very respectful to Peter Safran and James Gunn. Very respectful, obviously. And James Gunn even said, yeah, our discussion with Henry Cavill was very professional. Our discussion with Patty Jenkins was very professional. Yeah. Some Sarah. Obviously. DC comic fans made their feelings known on Twitter through the hashtag #FireJamesGunn and boycott Warner Bros. Obviously, so a lot of fans on Twitter want James Gunn fired. Oh my god! Like the world we live in today is just a crazy world, man. So because he let Henry Cavill go, you think James Gunn deserves to be fired? Oh my god, we live in a crazy world. Oh my god. Hence why, to be honest, me personally, like I don't even I barely even write stuff on Twitter. I barely even go. Twitter is just a negative place, man. Everyone just hates on everyone, and yeah, man. That's why what? Being the head, I'm gonna say this. Being the head of DC Studios, obviously, James Gunn and Peter Safran have some pressure on their hands. Pressure from the fans. You know what I'm saying? They already fired Henry Cavill, and now fans are petitioning their James Gunn's firing, obviously, which I think is silly. He's not going anywhere. He's a fucking boss. They gave him the keys to the kingdom, obviously. He's not going anywhere, but the fans want him fired because they fired their beloved Henry Cavill, obviously. Hence why James Gunn and Peter Safran have some pressure on their hands. If this new universe does not work, then that won't be looking good for James Gunn and Peter Safran, obviously. That's why Peter Safran and James Gunn, I feel bad for them. They have a lot of work on their hands and they have a lot of pressure on their hands. Hopefully their Superman movie, their Batman movie is good. And what? And they bring DC to the Marvel glory days, right? Hopefully our new DC universe is as successful, if not even more successful than Marvel. Because in my opinion, even though the Marvel Cinematic Universe is more successful than DC, DC has that potential. I think DC has a higher ceiling than Marvel to be a bigger like franchise. Because you have all these like demigods Whereas Marvel, they're not demigods. They're humans who are mutated, who have powers. Obviously, I think DC has potential to be even better than Marvel. You just have to tell the right stories, in my opinion, anyways. Right? So DC fans made their feelings known on Twitter through the hashtag Fire James Gunn and boycott Warner Brothers. This is why you never trust anyone in Hollywood. Like I said in my what, I'm always right. I'm saying now I'm wrong a lot of times. Well, I'm right in that whenever I said in that Hollywood actor video I made, you cannot trust anyone in the Hollywood industry. You cannot trust anyone in the Hollywood industry. So I'm saying. Never a more loyal actor to his role, and they screwed him over hard. So, like I said earlier, some fans obviously feel like Henry Cavill got screwed over because they said, Henry Cavill, make your announcement that you're coming back as Superman. And then what? They hire, David Zaslav hires Peter Safran and James Gunn, and they decide to reboot the DC universe, and they end up firing Henry Cavill. Some fans think he got screwed over, obviously. He's once in a lifetime Superman actor, and now we will never see his potential passion to use sad. I disagree. Yes, Henry Cavill was pretty much the best Superman ever, obviously. But if they find the right actor to play the new Superman in the new DC universe, that new Superman could what? Hopefully, do a good job. He has some big shoes to fill because it's tough to what? It's tough to replace Henry Cavill. He has that new Superman has pressure on his hands. He's gonna have to what? Fill Henry Cavill's shoes. Hopefully he does, obviously. But yes, it's sad to see Henry Cavill go, but I disagree when a person says what? We'll never see its potential. No, who knows? Maybe the new Superman will be just as good as Henry Cavill Superman. We never know. Hopefully hopefully what? DC finds the right actor to play the new Superman, obviously, in the new DC universe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is a tweet from 2AM Void. This is why you never trust anyone in Hollywood. Never a more loyal actor to this role, and they screwed him over hard. So they feel like he got screwed over because they said, Henry, we want you back as Superman, make your announcement. And they hired James Gunn and Peter Safran, and they ended up firing Henry Cavill because he doesn't fit the bill for the new DC universe, obviously, that they're going to rebuild. Now we will never cease potential passion to use sad, obviously. And that's why hashtag Henry Cavill Superman boycott Warner Brothers. So before I shut this count here, I'll shut my count here.